sends Jet away to the right. The Jet is 6 years and 1 month old. She is sired by Tanhill Glen, very famous dog, of course, owned by Kevin Evans, and out of Thornbury Meg, who is owned by Dylan. Dylan's not from a farming background and he works for Network Rail, but he also keeps 140 crossbred sheep. He's been trialling for about 6 years, and Jet is a homebred bitch, and he regards her as a very special bitch, having bred several good dogs. She's won a few opens, made the North Wales final twice, but first time making the Welsh team. Dylan likes to train young dogs in his spare time, and of course spending time with his family, and Catherine, his daughter, loves dogs and has recently started running her dog kit and also been very successful. So Dylan then has got Jet up at the far end of the field. The sheep are coming down the fetch. And just in the background there you can see the sea defence wall. The other side of that is the sea. So we are at sea level here at this course, just outside Aberystwyth. So the line now then will be judged by the judges, and it's not the line, just to let everybody know watching this all over the world, the line that you're seeing on the camera is not exactly the line that the judges will be looking for. They're positioned to the left of the camera, and their judges' scores reflect the line that they see in that judge's box, Paddy.
Dylan's off to a good start here. He has these nice and settled. He did need a whistle on his outrun now, and it'll take something for that. But when he got to the sheep, his sheep stood there for a minute and they lifted off a bit then. They were a bit giddy, but they got comfortable again with this bit. She had a little wobble there, but she's in the right place all the time to fix it.
Yeah, Jet seems to be quite a free flanking bitch, and that just controls those sheep as they come down that fetch. And just looking at that course there, just on that line you can see going across the screen outside the shedding ring, there is just a slight incline there as they come up into the shedding ring, but that doesn't seem to be causing any problems over the last couple of days.
In fairness to Tanhill Glen, he seems to breed, well, I generalise a bit, but he seems to breed a bit of a type. He seems to be fast and free, and this bitch looks all of those things.
Yeah, of course, Tanhill, that quite a famous line, that Tanhill, wasn't it, from Alec Baines? A lot of Tanhill dogs. Jock Welsh used to run a couple of Tanhill dogs, and I.B. Jones is the same. Bred and trained by Alec Baines up there up north at the Tanhill Inn at one time. The highest pub in England, I'm told, Paddy.
Yeah, you could just roll out of it at night there when you're full. Roll home.
I was asking Mike Northland yesterday, was the popularity, was it of the breed of dog, or was it the fact that Alec owned a pub? This line looks good going up to that on the first leg of the drive, going up to those drive gates. And I said earlier on that the quality of the camera that we've got makes that drive look quite short, but when you're actually standing out there, it's a long way to those first drive gates. And then as the camera will pan out, you will see that it's quite a big distance. You're guaranteeing that turn there. And now we're on to the cross drive, the second part of the drive. And as the camera pans out, this gives you a little bit, again, the scope of the course and a bit of perspective of the distance between the two sets of gates, Paddy. Dylan Edwards and Jet then representing Wales on the cross drive. Bringing those sheep now across to the second set of drive gates. The line looks right there.
I'd say it was a good line all the way across. We're being very lucky here with the weather. There is no wind and there's no rain. And I mean, for cameramen and everything else, that not having the rain is a big addition, because it's we had a couple of showers yesterday, and if you remember, it blew up on the screen and all. And it's nice not to have to deal with all that.
Yeah, I was talking to the cameraman last night, and he has got plenty of blue paper to keep wiping the rain off. And I was commenting on the clarity of the picture that we've got on the screen that everybody at home can see, and he let me into a little bit of a secret and told me that the lens alone is worth £95,000, so there's no wonder we can see a blade of grass at 500 yards. And a lot of the time these cameras are used at rugby matches, so
yeah, it's just, I was just thinking, it's just like the kind of camera I see when we go horse racing. And you've got some fella sitting up on a platform, one of those. So it's top class. And like you can see the transition here and how smooth it is all the time. It's better than watching it live, I think.
Yeah, talking to some of the handlers yesterday, and they've got their phones set and watching it on the phones on the side of the course, so they're not missing anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's it. I'm saying nothing else here. That's me done.
You might even, if you're nice to him, you might get a cup of coffee out of one or two of them.
Oh, yeah. Did I ever tell you how much I like that Ricky Hutchinson fella? He's a very nice fella.
Yeah, you need to say more than that to get a coffee off
No,
him.
we'll get another one in on the next run. So Dylan's here now, and he hasn't got a bad bit of a run up. And
no,
he'll know how to work these, won't he?
He's good around the course so far, and now he's got to just work his way. As I said, though, he's not a full-time farmer. He works for Network Rail the majority of the time, and got in. So when you think that he's got into this Welsh team, it shows that he can handle stock very well, and the way he works a dog is very impressive as well. So it looks like he's got a good bond with Jet as well. He said that she's a bit of a favourite. She's bred some very good dogs. And of course she's very well bred herself, being by Tanhill Glen, who is one of those dogs that's down there in Kevin Evans's stud. It's amazing the difference a day can make, though, Paddy, because these sheep are handling quite different to how they were handling yesterday for the competitors.
Yesterday, I didn't see any runs that you really say were, are at risk of running out of the ring, but it is a little bit different today now, and we've already seen him run out of the ring on one handler there. And look at this, like, I think it was it Mark Ledger? He was just coming back from the pen and they broke out. I can't remember, but like that, they can get a bit itchy in here in the ring, and they did look a little bit easier yesterday, I think.
Yeah, of course this is what eats away at the clock. he's taken that very well there, Paddy.
That's it. He can move on to the next element now. Mike Northwood was giving me elocution lessons there last night. He said some people were saying that, yeah, the commentary is good, but we can't understand what that Irish fella is saying. So he had me out in the tent there, and we were practicing my THs there. He's saying, Paddy, you can't say there was 3 trees. He says, he says, no, we say 3 trees. So we've been practicing that all night. Me and Matt Murphy in the hotel as well. We went over it a few more times. Anyway, that's enough rubbish. So Dylan's going to the pen here. He has everything set up nicely for it now.
Well, I heard that you couldn't quite capture that on your own, so you went to Butch for a couple of lessons.
We went to Butch for the singing.
So Dylan Edwards and Jet then representing Wales, just bringing those sheep. And that's an ideal picture of a sheepdog working the sheep there. Beautiful stance. A real picture. She's a cracking looking dog as well as a really good practical working dog as well, Paddy.
Tanhill Glen does seem to stamp him that way a lot now.
And look at that. At the hinges,
lovely.
straight into the pen.
Lovely combination of handler and dog.
Yeah, so Dylan Edwards in from Penrhyn Draith up in Gwynedd, North Wales, with Jet has completed the pen. And as you said, Tanhill Glen has stamped them, and they've got that fast, quick pace, but they've got the gears. They go up and down the gears like a well-tuned engine. So Dylan now then will be mindful of time, I'd have thought, because that first shed just managed a little bit of way around the clock, but he's very efficient round the course, I thought. Paced it well. So he'll be hoping to just turn one of these collared sheep to the outside and then Jet will come through.
That other one on the back looks like she wants to go somewhere. Oh, he's got this one. And the judges have called it.
And it's been accepted. And Dylan